A Lincoln Park miracle is a member of our church or a friend of mine that has experienced a miraculous healing or witnessed an extraordinary phenomenon that only God could do. They are eager to give God the glory and share their testimony with the world. Let's hear what they all have to say.
My name is James Rivers, definitely a miracle at Lincoln Park Holiness Church, church I've been to all my life. Pastor Ratcliff and his son is the pastor now. Back in 2001, I was playing sports and my ankle swelled up at the end of the game that night. And I wasn't sure what it was, but the swelling went down about 2 days and it came back up. And I went to the doctor and the doctor told me that my kidneys weren't cleaning good. And told me that he was gonna put me on dialysis. This was like on a Friday. He told me he was gonna put me on dialysis Monday morning and told me if I didn't come to dialysis that I would die. So I went to dialysis on Monday, and God started making a way for me immediately. I was blessed to be in that unit with other church members and stuff that was with Lincoln Park at that time. Some have gone on, but God have really showed me that He was in charge and He took care of me. I think back when I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me, say, you know, your kidney's not cleaning good, and say, starting Monday, you won't be on the kidney machine. And I told the doctor, I said, no, I got a job, I work. I can't go be on the kidney machine Monday because I got to work, I got a family to take care of. And the doctor told me right then, he said, no. He said, you don't work no more. He said, we're going to retire you today, and you going on dialysis or you going to die. And so that Monday morning, I went to dialysis and got used to that situation, being in there. Found much love being in there instead of doing it at home and stuff. And I started going through different situations on the dialysis machine. I started having trouble with my arm stopping up a lot, having to go back and redo my grafts in my arm and different stuff like that. But God was still showing me that He had things that He wanted me to do. And I realized that the only way for me to win is to get with Him and stay under God's unchanging hand. God showed me when I was on the kidney machine that there was other things that He wanted me to do. And He was showing me that I wasn't going nowhere no time soon. Even though I was gonna have to go through some things, He let me know He would never leave me. And God stayed right beside me. And I've seen days where other people, church members of mine, they was in there with me, and one by one, they started going down. But God was still using me, and He promised me that I would do, if I do what He told me to do, that I would be fine. 4 years went by on the kidney machine, and God took and showed me. He said, for what you have done, He said, I'm gonna reward you. But it still comes as a price. It's things I want out of you too. He said, I want you more involved in the church, stronger in the church, and obedient to ones that have rule over you. And I seen by doing exactly that, the best of my ability, God was moving me away from the dialysis unit. And I really didn't understand it because it was happening so fast. But he came into my life. I'm a better creature. The things I used to do, I can't do no more. I don't want to do no more. And since coming back and trying to make myself stronger and doing the things that God wants me to do, my life turned completely around. I'm able to do things now that I couldn't do. When I was on the kidding machine, there's a lot of days I couldn't do anything. I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the energy. But God kept telling me, you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Don't give up. Don't give in. And I stayed there. And God blessed me. And I got a phone call one day. I'll never forget it. The doctor told me, said, you've been doing exactly what we asked of you. And so we're going to get you off this machine. We want you to go to Charlotte and get you a kidney. And I think back to my pastor, Pastor Bishop Ratcliff. I went to him, talked to him, and he told me, he said, you know, you're going to be okay. I said, yeah, Bishop, I gotta go to Charlotte. They're going to give me a kidney. And my pastor looked at me. He said, you go ahead on down there. He said, but this kidney won't work. My pastor built me up, tore me down, and picked me back up, all in just a few seconds. And I went to Charlotte. And I never forget the night the doctor walked in the room. And he asked me, he said, where's your wife? I said, my wife's going back to Raleigh. She'll be back in the morning for the surgery. And you know, the doctor looked at me and he said, this kidney won't work. And I thought about what my pastor said, that you go down there and you see that doctor and you talk to that doctor. He said, but this kidney won't work for you. And I couldn't believe it. You know, I just couldn't, because me and Bishop Ratcliff was so close. I just couldn't believe it. And I was like, he picked me up, he threw me down, then he picked me back up again. But Bishop Ratcliff was right there in my corner. He was praying when I wasn't even praying sometimes. And I had a praying mother and a praying father. And I ended up having to take care of them. So God was giving me strength. He made a better situation out of my life. And I was able to take care of my mother and father and give them a burial. I sit back and I often think, how good God been to me, the sacrifices that he done, the sacrifices I had to make, but God never left me. He will not leave you. You is the one leave God. And I knew if I stayed under him that I would be okay. As of the day, I went on dialysis 2001, and this is 2024. God has been keeping me, taking care of me, and doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to be there for me. And I thank God for it today.